Okay, I have the time as 12:37 on Friday, February 16th, 2007. We are in interview room 1 at the Professional Standards Office at 791 Islington Avenue, Toronto. My name is Detective Terry Tretter, T-R-E-T-T-E-R, badge number 7042 of Professional Standards. And could you please tell me your name?
Alif Direkoglu, E-L-I-F, last name D-I-R-E-K-O-G-L-U.
Okay. And do you know why you're here today, Alif?
Regarding the police invasion into my home on October 22nd, 2006.
Okay, so you're here to give a statement on that?
Yes.
Okay. We had a discussion in the hallway regarding you giving a statement. How old are you?
17.
17. You understand that you're not charged with any criminal offense while we're talking here?
Yes.
You understand that nothing that we're using, that none of the information that we're getting at this point is intended to be used against you on charges that have been laid against you? You understand that?
Yes.
We had some discussion as well as to whether or not you wanted to have legal counsel with you, a lawyer. That option was given to you, was it not?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, and do you want to have a lawyer with you?
No.
No, okay. We also had discussion as to whether or not your father or your brother could sit in here with you. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Okay, and we spoke, and I explained to you that I had concerns over what I call the integrity of the process.
Yes.
And do you understand what I meant by that?
Yes.
What did I mean by that?
That if he was here, he might influence my statement.
Right. Okay.
So that's okay.
It's important that the answers that you give be your own answers, in your own words, for your own reasons. Okay.
Yeah.
So with that all clear, and we know that we're discussing the events which occurred in October 2006. Can you tell me what happened? What you recall? I see that you've got a page in front of you, which appears to be a statement, the same item that I have, a copy of the same item that I have, which you faxed to me on January 29th. You can refer to that if you wish. So in your own words, without reading.
Okay.
Okay.
It's just here to refer.
Absolutely.
Okay. I was in my room trying to sleep.
Oh, can I just interrupt you one more time?
Yes.
Sorry. We also discussed when we were talking about giving a statement that you can stop at any time.
Yes.
You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. You don't have to answer any question that you don't want to answer.
Okay.
And if you wish to conclude the interview at any time, you may do so.
Okay.
Okay. So you were saying?
I was in my room trying to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And all of a sudden I heard bang, bang, these big noises, loud noises. And I also heard loud footsteps running upstairs, like people running upstairs. This made me get out of my bed. I went to my door, I opened it, and all of a sudden I saw this masked individual with like just pointing a big gun at me, like on top of on the stairs. And I was just so scared. I've never been so scared in my life. I thought I was gonna die. I thought he was gonna shoot me. And I just screamed. And then the masked individual yelled at me and told me, get on the floor and put my hands behind my head. So I did exactly that. From there, he also yelled at me and told me not to look anywhere but the floor. So I just looked at the floor. While doing that, I heard other noises in the other bedrooms, but I couldn't make out what they were or what was going on in them because I was told just look at the floor. Also, I heard like yelling and screaming and like weeping, right, and crying like voices, right, and I recognized them to be my brothers and my dad's, my brother Ertuğ's and my dad's, from the living room. I heard it from downstairs. And as I laid on the floor, I just kept on hearing other noises in the being like in the other bedrooms. And then masked individual came and cuffed my wrists, put my hands behind my back and cuffed them.
Is this the same person?
I don't know. It was just a masked individual. And because I couldn't look up, I didn't look up, right? So I didn't know which one it was. They were like, right? And so they cuffed my hands behind my back, and they were like plastic cuffs, I guess. I don't know, right? And one of them was one of them was put really tight on, and the other one was put like really loose. And then the masked individual helped me up, and then escorted me downstairs. When I got to the bottom of the stairs, where the living room was, I looked across the living room, and I saw my dad on the floor with his face down, with his hands cupped behind his back. He was in front of the backyard door, and his head was closest to the computer desk.
Okay, just hold on 1 second.
Okay.
So he's face down.
Yes.
He's handcuffed to the rear. Is that right?
His hands were cuffed behind his back.
Okay.
Yes.
And he's by the backyard door. Is that what you said?
He's in front of the backyard door, like.
Okay. Again, inside the backyard.
Inside, yes. Inside the house, in front of the backyard
door, with his head towards the computer desk.
Yes.
So, would that mean that he is positioned parallel to the door, or perpendicular to the door? Or do you understand what I mean?
No.
Well, why don't we do it this way? I'll give you a sheet of paper, and you can draw a diagram of it yourself.
Okay, can I just try and describe the best I can? I'm not a good drawer.
Okay, well, let's just say is it a sliding door?
Yes.
Okay, so is your father lying like this?
Okay, is that the sliding door?
That's the
So
sliding.
wait, so that's like a door that like opens like this and like this?
Yes. So is your father lying like this? Is he lying like this?
There's a computer desk right here.
Okay.
Yeah, something like right here. And so his head is closest to the computer desk.
Okay.
Right? So that means he is, I guess,
Okay.
like that.
And he's face down.
Yes. So what is that? Is that?
That'd be parallel. His body would be parallel. So his body would be down this way, right? If you were to draw a stick figure, it would be like this.
He
like
was
this.
most parallel. That's how I can explain it. Like that's the most I can explain. He was not. Yes, he was not. What would that be?
Perpendicular.
He was not perpendicular.
Okay.
He was, right? He was.
Okay.
That's yeah.
Okay. All right. And he's face down. Can you just put a little initial there so that we know that you do this? So that I'm not saying that it's...
But this is not accurate. It's not.
I know it's not to scale. It's just to give me an idea of what you're talking about, right?
I can't. Okay, but from what I said, can't you understand what I did already?
Well,
you might misinterpret this and say, oh, this is exactly how it was, but it's not. I'm just trying to say that his body was in that position to the door.
That's fine. That's fine. And I'm just saying that this is all part of the interview. I can't ignore that this has been drawn. Okay.
Okay, but
so
I would just like to say this is not accurate.
Yeah, it's not accurate. It's not to scale, right? It's not. I mean, this door could be bigger. He could be 2 feet this way, 2 feet that way, right?
Yes.
Right. That's what you're telling me.
Yes.
Right? But generally, it's a general description, right?
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yeah. Okay. What do you want here?
Just put your initials on that page. So he's face down.
Yes.
Handcuffed to his back by the backyard door with his head near a computer table.
It's not near. It's just facing that way. I was just trying to
facing. Good.
I was just trying to explain like what position he was in. I don't know how close. Like I can't explain how close it was. You know?
Okay. Well, that's fine. So he's facing the computer table. He's face down. Okay. What else did you see?
Okay, and there was a masked individual with a big gun with his foot pressed against my dad's upper back, and he was pointing a gun at my dad's head
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I looked down.
I just have to write this down, so
Okay.
just give me a second, please. So he's got his foot on your father's back, gun pointed towards his head. Is that right?
Yes.
And you said a big gun.
Big. Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
It was big.
Is it? Do you know the difference between a handgun, a rifle, and a shotgun?
No, I don't.
Was it a gun that one would normally use two hands to fire?
Well,
Did he have two hands on the gun, or one hand on the gun?
well, he had two hands on the gun.
Okay.
Because he was like holding it right up against my dad's head, pointing it.
Okay. So he has two hands on the gun, one foot on your father's back,
Mm-hmm.
and the gun is directed towards his head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And is the officer standing on this side of your father or on this side of your father? Is he standing on the window side of your father, the sliding door side of your father, or is he standing on the opposite side?
I can't remember that because I just remember his foot was on his thing, on his back, and there was a gun. That's because this was quick, right? I just looked and I saw,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I remember. His foot on his back, upper back, and
Mm-hmm.
gun down on his head.
Can you show me in this picture, and I appreciate that it's not to scale and it's just a general diagram, where you are? Are you here? Are you here? Are you here?
Okay, there's stairs.
Right?
There's at the bottom of the stairs that lead that go up
Mm-hmm.
and down, right?
So you come down the stairs from your bedroom.
Yes. When I saw my father, I was right at the bottom of those stairs.
Can you show me roughly on here where you are on the page?
Okay.
Where you would be?
Hold on. The stairs are, I don't know, it's like not further than that, like not.
And
Wait, no way. Hold on.
those are the stairs, okay?
No, those are not stairs.
Those are not
Just-
stairs?
Hold on, this right here, just garbage.
Okay.
I can see him from here. I was basically right here.
Okay, so you're there, so where are the stairs now?
Right here.
And that's going up? And that's coming, you're here? I'm going to put an X right here.
Wait, no.
That's not where you are?
The bottom of the stairs is right
Okay,
here.
and that's where you are. Okay. And, okay, so this is going up the stairs, this is going up. And that's going down, right?
Okay, I was right at the bottom. Okay, bottom
So
of the
this is
stairs.
the bottom of the stairs, this is the staircase.
What staircase?
Is this the staircase? Is this the stairs?
Yeah, this is the stairs.
Okay.
I don't know what this is.
So this is going up, this is coming down.
No, it's not. Well, no,
No,
it's
no.
very narrow.
Okay, it's narrow, but I'm just saying that this is the bottom, and this would be the top of the staircase if you followed it up, right?
Okay.
Right?
The stairs.
And this is where you're standing?
Yes, the stairs are very narrow.
Okay.
And so it's basically, you're either going up or down. There's not like two sides.
No, I know that. Yeah, I realize that. Okay. So you're standing here, and you're looking across. And you
Uh-huh.
see your father. And he's face down, handcuffed to the back, by the door, with his head, how did you say? It wasn't near the computer.
Basically, computer.
Facing the computer table, but he's face down.
Face down, yes.
And there's an officer standing there. He's got his foot on his back. He has a large gun in his hand, and that he's holding with two hands, pointing at your father's head. And we said you can't recall whether he was between you and your father or the door and the father.
Yes.
Right, okay. Go on from there. What did you see? What happened?
Okay. Well, okay, there's another staircase right here.
Mm-hmm.
Going down.
Right, okay.
Okay, well, after I seen my father, I looked down, and I saw my brother Ertu on the floor.
Where was he?
He was like, I want to be able to say, he was right.
I'm just going to do something on the drawing here to clarify. So this is the staircase to go upstairs, and this is to go downstairs. Is that right?
That's stairs to go to the main exit.
Okay. All right. This is a different staircase. This would be going down from this location. If I'm standing here, if I'm standing where you are, I'm looking at these stairs. Are these stairs going up or down?
Those are going. You can go up or down, but I would be going down.
Down. All right. So these are down on this side, right? Okay.
Okay. So
where is Direkoglu? Is he down here or is he in here?
No, he's in the living room.
Okay.
And there's the kitchen. His head is facing the kitchen. Mm-hmm. He's face down with his hands cuffed behind his back.
Mm-hmm.
and at that time, I took a few steps more. So before I seen him, I took a few steps more so I would.
Okay, it was just so he's face down, handcuffed to the rear.
Yeah.
He said he's near the kitchen.
Yep. No, he's not near the kitchen. His head is facing the kitchen.
Head is facing the kitchen. And where's the kitchen?
It's somewhere on, I don't know, this is the door of the kitchen. Mm-hmm. It's...
So where is Direkoglu? Can you tell me where Direkoglu is?
There's a couch here or something.
Okay.
And he's over here somewhere.
Okay. And he's lying this way? Same direction as your father, except his head is here. Is that right? And his feet would be here?
Yeah. I'm telling just...
Yeah, it's just generally.
General.
But it's not like his head is this way and his feet are this way. His head is more over here, right?
Yes, I'm just showing you the direction of his head.
Yeah.
Okay. And when I looked down to see him, I was above the stairs that lead to the main entrance. Right here. When I looked down, because when I see my father, I kept walking, and I was above the set of stairs that go down to the main entrance at that point.
Right.
When I look down, I see my brother Ertuğ with his hands cuffed behind his back, and two masked individuals on top of him. They were like on his sides though, on top of him on his sides, and there was...
On top of him, but to the side?
Yeah, like they were on his sides, like on top of him on his sides, like. And there was another masked individual.
A third guy?
Yes, third masked individual. Standing up in front of his head, and his left foot was on his right shoulder, like stepping on it.
Okay.
And he had his gun pointing at Ertuğ's head too. Okay. At that.
Again, is it a similar type of gun to the other one that you described?
Yeah, they were both big. That's all I know. They were just both big.
Two hands to hold that one?
I don't know how well he was holding it, and that's what I saw. I think, yeah. That's all I remember. He was holding a gun towards his head.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
And then he took a step backwards.
This guy did?
Yes.
The guy with the gun? The third guy?
Yes. The one standing up took a step backwards, and his back was facing the kitchen and me. At that time, I saw the two other masked individuals on top of Ertuğ. They seemed as if they were trying to like lift him up or try and get him up, but they were like hitting him from the bottom, like from underneath him. Like they were hitting him from underneath him while they were trying to like push him up. And I just didn't understand what they were trying to do, because they were hitting him and like pushing him up, and I don't know what they were doing. I was just
Hold on
shocked.
a second.
Okay.
So they're hitting him from underneath. Is that right?
Yes, from his sides, underneath his sides.
And his sides. How are they hitting him?
How?
Mm-hmm.
They, I don't know, they like had, I don't know, they were like punching him from underneath. Closed fists and just like, I don't know, hitting him like any way they can get.
Okay. So they're on the ground. They're trying to get him to get up. They're punching him from the sides.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
In his body.
Pardon?
Punching his body.
Yes, his body.
Okay.
Also, one of them, I don't know, I think I saw something like black in their hand, but I don't know. I just saw something black. I can't make out what it was, or
What do you mean you saw something black? Where?
like black in their hand when they were like hitting him or whatever they were doing. Black, something black in their hand or something.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, from there, I was so shocked. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I just, like, I've never seen something so, like, I couldn't, like, just see my brother like that, like, getting beat up, right? And I was so shocked, and I just said, why are you beating him, right?
Who did you say that to?
I just said it.
Okay.
I wasn't, like when I seen him like that, it just came out of my mouth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then when I saw his face at one point, and his eyes were bloodshot, and his mouth was open, and he, like, there was tears in his eyes, and you can see it, like he was in pain and misery. And I said that. When I said that, the individual who the masked individual who was standing, turned around and.
Okay, so his mouth was open.
Yeah.
His eyes were
like in
bloodshot.
agony. Yeah.
It was in agony. And there were tears?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. What was I saying? Okay, and then the masked individual who was standing up.
Which was the one with you?
No, the masked individual who was standing up. That was.
Who stepped back from him?
Yes, that stepped back from Air 2.
Mm-hmm.
Turned around and saw me. And I think he was surprised that I was standing there seeing all this. And he took his left elbow and just hit my right shoulder. And I was up the stairs, right? And I almost fell down the stairs.
When you say hit, would you say like it was a strike, or was it a push, or was it harder than that, or was it softer than that? Could he have been? Was he trying to hurt you with his elbow, or was he trying to direct you with his elbow? Was he?
Well, it did hurt me because it was hard. Like the way he did it was hard. But I think he was blocking me from seeing. He was trying to block me from seeing or stop me from seeing what was going on. Like what they were doing, right? Mm-hmm. The violence that they were committing. Like I almost fell down the stairs. I think that should show you the force.
And were you able to see still after that?
No, at that point, I almost fell down the stairs, and I just continued walking down those stairs that lead to the main entrance.
So you continued walking down the stairs. Why were you walking down the stairs?
Why? Because when the individual hit me, I was scared.
Were they telling you to go down the stairs?
Were they telling me?
Were they telling you to go?
No, but the way he hit me, I realized that he didn't want me to see what was going on, and he wanted me to get out of there. So I just continued walking down the stairs. Well, yeah.
What was there was a masked guy who had brought you down the stairs, right?
Yes.
Where was he and what was he doing?
Well, as I told you, the stairs are narrow, right? So he was coming behind me, and when I got to the bottom of the stairs of the living room, I don't know where he was. He might have been right behind me. He might have been further up, because he might have stopped. I didn't look behind me. I just continued walking. So I don't know where he was.
Did anybody tell you to stop walking? Stay where you were?
No.
Okay. Continue.
So I continued down the stairs, the stairs going to the main entrance. And when I got to the bottom of those stairs, I saw smoke. Like, you can see the basement's opening, and I saw smoke, and I smelled fire, smelled like burning fire kind of thing, and just saw smoke. And then I continued walking out the door, and the masked individual who was escorting me downstairs continued to escort me through the hallway, out the hallway of through the main entrance of my home, and then through the hallway outside. And then he directed me to sit on the parking concrete block where my brother was.
Who, Kemal?
Yes, my brother Kemal.
He was already there?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
And there was also a surveillance camera directed there.
I beg your pardon?
There was also a surveillance camera.
Surveillance camera?
Yes, there.
Was that a police camera or was that a property camera?
It was on top of the building.
Was it always there?
Yes, it's always there.
So there was a surveillance camera. Okay.
Okay. I was only in a shirt and shorts. I had no shoes, no socks, just barefoot. And it was really cold outside, right?
How cold was it?
I was shaking. I was shivering. Me and my brother were both shivering.
Was it around 0? Less than 0?
I can't say that because I'm not a news broadcast. I don't know. But it was really cold.
You can't say what the temperature was.
No, but it was really cold.
Okay.
So me and my brother asked the individuals if they could, bring us in somewhere hot. And they said that there would be a police car that would come so we can sit in the back seat of it. Also, while we were sitting there, we saw many of our neighbors pass by, and they were watching us and looking at us, and like our neighbors that know us, they were just like, you can see like the expression on their faces, like when seeing us like this, like we were criminals or something. We looked like we were big criminals and we've done something bad, and they just like give like these looks. And like, for example, my my neighbor from unit number 10, she also saw us with at least one of her children, and while they were trying to go into their homes. I felt.
And what more can you say about that? So she's from Unit 10. She sees you. She's with her children or one of her children.
At least one of her children.
Okay.
And
did she say anything to you at the time?
She just gave us a look. She was like, I think she was shocked. Like she couldn't believe, like, you know. She used to give us so much like respect, our family. Like she used to always say hi and stuff, but now it's like changed, I think. Like they all think we're criminals and we're bad people now, when I've never had a criminal record. I'm a good person. And I just feel embarrassed that our neighbors saw us like this, like we were criminals and we were like in this position where we needed, where we had these police over us, surrounding us.
Okay.
I've never felt so embarrassed and frustrated in my life.
Okay, so then what happened?
And my brother was complaining about his physical problem, like neck problems. And other, Kemal, the one I was sitting with at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then what happened?
Afterwards, a police car came, and a woman officer searched me on the back of it, on the rear of it.
A uniform officer?
Yes, a woman uniformed officer. And then they placed us in the back seat of the police car. Okay, my brother asked at that time.
Can I just ask you something?
Yes.
How long was it from the time that they brought you outside to the time you sat in the police car?
It was, I can't remember, I didn't have a watch on me, but maybe 20 so minutes. I'm not sure. Maybe 20 so minutes.
Okay.
At that time, my brother Kemal asked to have his cuffs removed because of his physical problems from a past assault. And a police officer responded with, they should have beaten you harder. So somewhere around those lines. They should have beaten you harder.
Because of, he has physical problems from a past assault?
Yes, and so he...
Well, when did that happen?
It was assault. I don't know the date. You're gonna have to ask him yourself.
So is it more than a year?
You're gonna have to ask him yourself because
you don't know when it happened?
Pardon?
You don't know when it happened?
I know it happened, and I know it was really. Pardon?
Do you remember when it happened?
What had happened?
Do you remember when it happened?
I remember that it had a big impact on his physical condition. And
so do you remember that as happening last week or like last year or 10 years ago? Or
I don't know the exact date. I'm
not asking for the exact date. I'm asking for a rough estimate of how long ago it was.
I think you should turn that question over to him.
You have no idea?
I know that it happened, but you're gonna have to turn that question over to him.
Okay. You don't want to answer that question?
No, because I don't know. Okay.
Okay, so he's asked for the custody to be removed because he has physical problems from a previous assault.
Yes.
Officer says they should have beat you harder?
Yes.
Who was the officer talking about? Do you know?
Pardon?
Who was the officer talking about when he said they should have beat you harder?
He just said that that's what they just said to...
The people who assaulted him some time ago?
That's what they just said to him. Maybe they were referring...
What did you understand it to be?
What did I understand it to be? It could have been anything. The way they said it, they should have beat you harder, whoever beat him up. Maybe they thought that, or maybe they did, I don't know.
Okay.
Could have referred to either the police and the individuals that were invading the house. It could have been the past assaults.
Okay. Then what happened?
After a while, they took us back inside the house. And while we were walking back inside the house, I saw a guy with a camera taping us.
Like video?
Yes, videotaping.
What did that person look like?
I can't remember. I just remembered there was...
Was it, male or female?
I can't say for sure, because I just remembered there was a person.
Was it one of the
camera.
Was it one of the officers who had been masked?
They were not masked. That's what I mean.
Plain clothes, uniform?
I can't remember that. Just somebody with a camera taping us.
But it was a video camera.
Yes.
Okay, so you go in, you see the guy videotaping you, you go into the house again, and what happens then?
Okay, once me and my brother got in the house, my brother R2 was not there. My dad was sitting on the couch with his hands cuffed behind his back, and we were seated beside him. Both of us, me and my brother, on the couches.
Okay.
At that time, the police, I think one of the plainclothes individuals told us that if they find anything illegal in the house, that we would all be taken to jail. Also, can I go on, or?
Just give me a second, write this down. Okay.
Okay. One of the police officers there noticed that one of my handcuffs were loose. One of the handcuffs on my wrists. As I told you before, the individual who put the handcuffs on me put one really tight and the other one really loose. And he noticed that one of them were really loose. So he put on metal handcuffs on me really tightly, like so tight that the minute he put it on, I felt like the pain of it. And it was like a sense of punishment, because one of my other ones were loose, which was not on my fault. When after putting them on, I was trying to move from side to side, just shifting my weight, right? Just shifting my weight.
Were you sitting or standing?
I was sitting at that time. After he put the metal cuffs on me, I was sitting, and I was shifting my weight from side to side because my cuffs really hurt a lot, really a lot. He put them on really tightly, and I was just trying to reduce the pain somehow. And instead of him making the cuffs a little looser, he told me that if I don't stop moving, he's gonna tighten them even more so that my hands turn blue. And it even came to a point where my eyes were watery, and I couldn't take it. I was moaning out of pain. Okay. From there on, I seen plainclothes individuals searching the house. Many went upstairs, many went downstairs. They were searching the living room, and they were searching everything. They took there's my dad's files and papers. And they started, and they're court documents, they're legal documents.
Okay.
And they're organized in order, and they started taking them and started reading them, and just taking them out of their order, putting them in different boxes, reading them, taking the ones that they find are for their beneficial, and putting them aside, and just taking them without asking. And they went through so many papers, and they just threw them on the table. They would take them out of the boxes and just throw them on the table carelessly, and then they would take some and then take them out of their box and then put them in another box. And so they're all disorganized, and so hard to put those in the right order, and a lot of frustration after they disorganized that. Should I wait?
Yeah, please. They saw they were beneficial to them, they put them aside.
Yeah.
But aside from that, they didn't put them back in the same way they found them.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Is it?
Yeah, that's some of the things they did. Okay. I heard continuous breaking, all these breaking noises, just all this noise from downstairs, from upstairs. And at one point, I seen one of the individuals go outside to the backyard, and there was a washing or dryer machine there. I don't remember which one it was, but it was a machine that's for clothes.
Yeah.
And they pushed it over. They threw it over. I was just wow. I was surprised that they would do such things in the house. I couldn't believe it. Also, there's a black drawer in the living room, and one of the police officers took a big bundle of money from the last drawer of it, and just took that big bundle of money. And then another officer, close to the ending of the incident, went back to that same drawer and took some leftover little bundle of money.
This is in the living room?
Yes. They were also searching my dad's handbags, and they took out money. They took out money, like paper money from those, which I can see. At least they did. They took the money. I could see they took it from 2 bags, and the other bags they were searching them, but I couldn't see what they were taking from those. But they took money from those at least 2 of his handbags.
Okay.
Also, when I was sitting there, there was the plainclothes officers who were talking, and they started cursing. One of them, I can remember saying, "Why do we have to do this?" Should I say it, or just
say what they said? I didn't even know what they said.
Okay. Why do we have to do this fucking job? He said that to the other officer, and they were just like saying other cursing words too, like this is like the word, like words that shouldn't be used, I guess, like stupid and I don't know, other things. Okay, and I saw very many officers, like they would go upstairs together, right? And then they would come back downstairs, like if they were in pairs maybe. One would come to the table with money or other assets, right? And another would exit a house door. And they would do that from like if they go to the basement and come back upstairs, they would do the same. One would come to the table with like assets, and the other one would leave the house.
Okay.
Also, my father is disabled and on medical treatments and had to go to the washroom many times due to his medical condition. But he was unable to get up because of the pain he was feeling from the police brutality, I guess. And he needed the help of my brother Kemal and other police to help him up to get up from the couch in order to go to the washroom because he was in so much pain. Also, my brother Kemal was arrested and taken into custody because they said they found money in his room. And there was police officers taking pictures of the house, like all around the house, and us too.
Okay.
Also, I saw them bring I saw stamps on the table that they were bringing all the stuff to, some of the things to, like the money that I saw. I also saw them bring stamps, which are my dad's collection of stamps, which are very important to him. They have value to him. Also, they told us again towards the end of the incident that if they found anything illegal in the house, they would take us all to jail again. And then my dad also asked for the warrants for a second time. For the second time, he asked for the warrants like during the middle too, but at the end he asked again for the warrants for the second time, and and the police didn't show him nor give him a police warrant again. Like, they didn't do it the first time and they didn't do it the second time. They didn't give him a police warrant or show him one at all that day.
Okay.
Towards the end, they started packing up all my dad's belongings from the house that are under my dad's control. They started packing them all up into like a box. They put them all into a box.
Mm-hmm.
And the officer that put the handcuffs on me finally took them off.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as he took the handcuffs off my wrists, my hands just fell to my side and I couldn't feel, like, they were in so much pain and I just couldn't move them anymore. There was like visible red marks and scratches on my wrists, and I felt intense pain in my shoulders, my neck, my upper back, my arms, and my wrists too. They were hurtful. I felt intense pain, and it was so bad that I had to attend the emergency afterwards.
And what did they tell you there?
And they said that I have tentative muscle sprain, and I was given medicine.
And what about your wrists? What did they do with your wrists?
My wrists, they were just like cut, like
impressions.
What's impressions?
Like when you push on something, it leaves a mark.
Yeah, like really bad impressions, and like there was.
So deep impressions.
Yeah, deep impressions, and they were red, and they were just scratches all over my wrists.
Did you take any pictures of your wrists?
Did I? No, I didn't. I went to the emergency. I thought they would.
Okay. What else happened?
I'm just trying to think if I missed anything.
Did the officers ever tell you what they were looking for?
They never. No, they never told me what they were looking for. They just said that if we find anything illegal in the house, you're all going to be taken into custody. To the station. I'm taken to the station.
And did the fire department come?
Oh yeah, I saw. I heard them for sure. And when I was sitting on the concrete outside, I saw their lights. And I didn't say I saw them for sure because I
saw their lights.
Yeah, because I think they were in front of like the building. I'm not sure where they were.
Was the fire out when you came back in?
Well, it was in the basement, so I couldn't really see.
You weren't aware of any fire that was still going at the time?
I wasn't aware of the fire.
Were you aware of a fire still going in the house? I mean, you said that you could smell smoke and everything when you first came downstairs. You could smell the smoke. Did you see fire at that time?
I saw smoke and I smelled burning.
You smelled like it was burning?
Yeah.
Okay. When you came back in, was that still going on? Or did it seem to have eased up?
I just sat in the living room. They told us numerous times, just like we tried to talk and ask questions or stuff, and they would just tell us to shut up and don't talk. Like they didn't let us talk at all.
Okay. So you don't know if the fire was out or not? Do you think they brought you back into a burning house?
Well, I didn't see it, so.
Okay, so you can't say, but you didn't see it before.
Well, I saw the smoke and.
Did you see smoke and stuff as you sat there on the couch for however long you sat there, did you see more smoke or less smoke?
Well, you can't really see the smoke from the
But
living
you
room.
could see the smoke before.
When I was going in the base, when I was in the
Okay.
right above the basement, of course.
Right.
But I was in the living room. They took us in through the
back?
the yard door. So I didn't really pass the basement, so I can't say
Okay.
anything about that.
Did you notice any smoke while you were sitting in the living room?
Well, I can't really see smoke from there.
Did you notice any?
Did I notice any?
Yes.
Not in the living room.
Okay. How long were you sitting there?
How long was I sitting?
Were you sitting there handcuffed in the living room?
At least, like for the room, like the invasion went on for like 6 hours. From
How long were you handcuffed in the living room?
well, then I would say, that's the whole 6 hours, which I was there for. Like, take away the part when I was outside, and so it might be 5.5 hours or.
And how long was your father handcuffed?
Well, he was handcuffed for the. Oh wait. You're gonna have to ask him that question, cause I can't remember.
So you said the officers never told you what they were looking for. When did you become aware they were police officers?
When I went right out of my house door, I realized that they were police officers, because if they weren't police officers, they would have like kept the door closed, I guess. They wouldn't like let us outside. Let me outside like that.
Okay. Can you think of anything else that you want to tell me?
Well, how about the effects it had? Is
Sure.
that what you're talking about?
Well, anything else about what happened that night? Can you tell me anything else about what happened that night?
Well, this was the most traumatic thing I've ever been through in my life.
Okay,
I've never been so
understandable.
scared in my life.
Understandable.
I'm paranoid now.
Okay. Have you ever known your brother Ertug to be involved in guns?
Pardon?
Have you ever known of Ertug to be involved with guns?
Guns? I don't know. I don't
You
know my
don't
brother
know?
to be. I don't know my brother to be.
Has he ever
involved
said
with
anything to
guns.
you? Has anybody ever said anything to you that he's involved with guns?
No.
Prior to that night? That he has guns?
No.
No? Anything, has anybody ever indicated to you that Ertug was involved in drugs at all?
I don't want to answer that question.
You don't want to answer that question? Has anybody ever indicated to you that Ertug might be involved in organized crime in some way?
What do you mean by that?
That he might be involved in organized crime? That he might be a gangster?
I don't know anything about this stuff.
You don't know anything about this?
I don't want to talk about this stuff.
You don't want to talk about this stuff?
No, I don't.
If you were a police officer and you had to go into a house where you thought people might have guns, what steps would you take to make sure that you could do that safely? Do you have any idea what you would do? Have you ever thought about that?
You do it in the right organized way.
Okay.
You wouldn't put other civilians and other people in the position where they're criminals when they're not.
Okay.
They should have, if they have any problem with Ertug, they should have arrested him outside the house.
Okay.
Because from what I know, they were following him or something. I later found out that they told us that they were surveillancing and they should have arrested him out of the house if they have any problems. They're surveilling him coming into the house, right? If they knew that he was in the house that time, that means they knew when he was outside, right before he came into that, right before he came home. So they should have arrested him before he came to the house, right?
Okay.
Not put my whole family in agony and like so much pain. You know how destroyed our house was?
I don't know.
It was it was upside down. I've never even think about this kind of thing happening to a house.
Right.
Like everything was all over the place. I couldn't sleep in my bed. Right? Because for weeks, because there was stuff all over the place. The whole room was a mess. The basement from bottom for maybe a week or so, right? Because so much stuff.
Okay.
The basement was filled from the bottom to the top with it was destroyed. And I ended up missing 3 days of school, a day of night school.
Okay. Why did you miss 3 days of school?
Because I couldn't even find my books. I was emotionally not right. I can't think straight. To this day, I can't. It's hard to concentrate every time. I'm just so emotionally tortured from this. I can't sleep at night because I think someone's gonna come and shoot me.
Is there anything else that you can tell me that can help me understand what happened that evening?
Let me just make something clear.
Sure.
I said that I didn't say they were. I said that they knew that he was when he came to the house, right? Because they came in after he came, right? So they knew at that point, that time, that minute, that where he was. So they must have known, they must have been surveilling him for sure. They must have been surveilling him for sure that time.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
At that time.
Okay. Aside from that, is there anything else that you can tell me that would help me understand? In addition to what you've told me already?
Let me think. This has affected my whole family emotionally. My dad's been stressed for so long.
Okay. I'm talking about the events of that evening, though. Can you tell me what happened with regards to the events of that evening that might continue to give me a clear picture of what happened? I mean, you've done a pretty good story up till now. Done a pretty good job up to now of giving me the story. But I'm just asking you, is there anything else that you'd like to tell me?
Anything else that I'd like to tell you? I think that's well, that's pretty much.
That's pretty much it?
Yeah,
okay.
The whole place was trash.
What school did you go to?
Scarlet Heights.
Scarlet Heights.
Entrepreneurial Academy.
And what grade are you in?
Grade 12.
Okay.
Well, do I get to talk about what this impact has had, or?
Is that what you wanted to?
Well,
I have to investigate the events as to what happened.
Yeah, because
I can appreciate that having people kick your door in and come in with guns pointed at you and shout commands at you when you're not expecting it is going to be very traumatic, and it's.
Yes.
Most people don't live their lives that way, and to have that happen is probably something that you don't get over very, very quickly at all.
Yes, and especially if they could have done it a different way.
Okay. Beyond that, is there anything else that you wanted to tell me?
Well, I was just supposed to say. Okay.
Is that it?
Oh yeah, and we didn't have hot water, heat.
Mm-hmm.
For a while we didn't have hot water or heat. Couldn't take a shower. On the third day of school, I went to school without taking a shower.
Mm-hmm.
It's affected my education.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to concentrate in school now. I can't like work the way I used to work. I used to be so focused.
Mm-hmm.
My father's always stressed. He's from this day on. He's always he's just different. He's not I have nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
I have nightmares at night. It's hard to sleep. And those are just a few things.
Okay. I have the time now as 13:45 or 1:45 p.m. and the next unity is being concluded.